took a long time and explained the differences, but the main difference is rigidity, where aluminum is not is a very it doesn't take a hit at all. It doesn't have the rigidity of and the flex of the composite bridge. So the only way I can describe it easily for a real world scenario is if the bridge were to be flooded, or even if the water level were to be raised, if anything, even if somebody just took a hammer, let's say, and were to strike the bridge going across it, it would crack at its mounting foundation, where a composite bridge would flex and it would not be as prone to that. And if an aluminum bridge did crack at its mount, it could technically be welded on site, but it would have to be removed to be welded correctly. And then a weld repair is never as strong. It's actually 30 to 40%, depending on the certification you're going for, of its original values. So overall, like strength-wise, a composite bridge can handle a lot more stresses and day-to-day activity over an aluminum.
All right, yeah, thanks.
All right, so I think that covered like the general gist of it. Is there anything else in the meeting, Paula, that would be covered generally under Public Works? I know there's that issue with what is it, the HARB board?
Well, that's right, certificate of appropriateness, but that's actually an agenda item at the end of the agenda.
Yeah, so
yeah.
All right.
And somebody from HARB will be there as well as the applicant.
All right, so quick question.
Mhm.
So is this, because I don't know if we've ever actually had this type of scenario, is this something where council would vote to like overturn a HARB decision, basically?
Yes,
Or-
because council, you guys have the ultimate decision. They're just an advisory board. So you guys are making the final decision. So you could overturn it if you wanted to, if you felt that was correct.
Oh no, I don't remember. I've had scenarios. I remember scenarios where it's just like, we discuss certificates of appropriateness, but I don't think we've ever had to have this exact scenario.
These are far and few between.
Yeah, I was just wondering. That's fine.
I think I can only remember one or two in the past 20 years where council actually did something.
No problem. We can talk about it and hash it out at the meeting.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think that covers generally all that's really going on in the public works sector for right now. I mean, once we get, all this shutdown order and everything over, we can try to start moving a little faster on everything and get stuff going. But at the very least, now that we have the PHMC letter, let's try to move the bridge forward as much as we can, at least decision-wise, so we can get that going on paper.
Okay.
Do you agree, John?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. All right.
The only thing I had, just a final thing, was that Jerry Taylor had sent a letter about improving the aesthetics of the borough, like cleaning up more, and was he trying to establish some type of public works department? Or
I did read that, except the only reason I didn't really bring it up is because I only received it like maybe
I just sent it.
Yeah, right. It was pretty recent, so I really wanted to read through it. But, I mean, we can do it right now. I think from what I got from it, and I just went over it real quick because I only read it a few minutes before the meeting, is that he was asking about, gutters we have done. That's done seasonally at Borough Hall and everything that I know.
I think he's talking about borough-wide.
Yes.
It sounds like he wants us to ask residents or us to do it. Yeah.
If there's something that's an eyesore or an issue, then that's one thing. But it's kind of the residents'
responsibility,
the property owners' responsibility, and also with the lake, where he was saying about doing weeding and doing landscaping at the lake, we don't actually own any of that. So
correct.
that's another issue for it. So I don't know what more we can do besides, ask the owners of it, which I'm pretty sure, and from seeing the owners, and they come to several meetings and everything, they're pretty good at maintaining that lake rather well
Mhm.
too. So
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I don't know if they're gonna be able to have their cleanup days like they usually have in the spring and
yeah,
summertime, but,
that's
or
definitely
they really could do it, just keep socially distant.
Yeah. So
So I'll reach out to Michelle Scherer as well.
yeah, no problem. That sounds good.
Mhm. Hey, quick question for you, if I could.
Sure.
I'm not sure if it's a concern as it is right now, but I believe we have a huge pile of salt that we did not need to use this winter.
Right.
Is that a concern being in the floodplain as it is, or maybe is there a way for us to, I don't know, clean that up or decide what we're going to do with it, or are we just going to kind of keep it there for the whole year and use it later? Yeah, I think that would fall into public works somewhere.
Yeah.
Ken Smith is going to consolidate it and make it a much smaller pile, but it is going to stay there. And if, God forbid, the waters start to come up, he has the equipment, and so does our contractor, to come and take it and put it elsewhere. So that's already been talked about with our contractor and Ken Smith.
Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. Well, with that, I guess we'll call the meeting to a close, and I will see everybody else at 7:30.
All right. Thank you.
All right. See you shortly.
All right. Good evening for now, everyone.